it is awesome to develop power consciousness. Power consciousness is for winners. How God anointed Jesus of Nazareth and he went about doing good. The first learning, the first approach to that anointing was learning. He was learning the thought. He was learning the thought of Christ. Moses was 80 years. He was learning. Learning was an art of developing power. Let me say it again. I said making note now is an art of developing power. Buying a book and be making note from it is an art of developing. Listen to a message and making note from that is art of developing power. Fasting and praying, staying awake in the night is part of developing power. Trying to say, Lord, I'm going to be through with this habit is part of developing power. Shelving your weight is part of developing power so that you can go freely. Am I saying something? So the course is saying develop power consciousness because you need it. There is something that Cleopas and his friends said about Jesus that touched me. Said about Jesus in Luke chapter 24. They said why he was telling us about the Bible concerning himself. He said, did our heart not burn within us? Now, and did our eyes not open? That means the anointing of Jesus, it was not just miracle of raising Lazarus, it has the ability to change men. I said it has. He said our eyes opened when he was teaching the Bible. So it wasn't an issue of lay hand that cripple must walk. No. He said, did our heart not burn? He said, did our eyes not open? How many preachers can get people's eyes open? But all divine persons, whether it is from God or Satan, have ability to open people's eyes. Listen, it was the eyes of Eve that was open, and then man died. So don't even play with the ability to open somebody's eyes. I say it was the eyes of that woman that was opened negatively. So I said all divine persons, the work they do, number one, is to change the way people are by opening their eyes. When you open somebody's eyes, you have changed the way the person is. Let me say it again. I said, when you open somebody's eyes, you have transformed the person. Now, and that is the first principle of divinity. That did our eyes not open? So that is being mighty in word. I just got a book by Bishop Oyedepo in 1994, small book on vision, and I scoured through it, and my life was altered. And I made a vow to God that I'm going to write books that will change some people's life. Just looking through pages of book written by a man, my understanding was enlightened. Can somebody hold a book you wrote? And one day I was traveling and I was reading a book on wisdom by John Maxwell. I didn't know inside the plane. I didn't know when I said John Maxwell. I just said John Maxwell openly because of what the man was writing. Do you know how many John Maxwell's book I have? And do you know how many of John Maxwell's Bible? I keep on buying John Maxwell's Bible to people until I can't see it anymore to buy. I started buying John Maxwell when it was less than 10,000. Now it's about something, I'm still looking for it. Because knowledge is a jewelry. In the law process, it says when you know, you grow, and it will show. Do you know what that means? Can you grow up somebody into light and it will show? And since you have been learning, has it shown anywhere? When you know, you grow, and It will show. Oguchuku. 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 The greatest opportunity life provide for you is to learn. The greatest opportunity life provides on this earth is to learn. Now, do you know, I'm about to share two things. I feel like I share two of them at the same time. On the limitless power of the tongue. Do you know how long I have known this tongue? From the beginning of my life to Christ, about 30 years ago, more than 30 years ago, about 36 or 37 years ago, I have been learning on this. And up to this afternoon, I have not perfected this. I have not, up to this afternoon, I've not perfected the use of tongue. So I want to bring it back to you, that the tongue can have limitless power. Don't use it against yourself. I said, don't use it against yourself. Greatness. Come. Can I get a microphone? That is something that she told me in the morning when they were praying and I interviewed her. Come here. I want to ask you one question. Kennedy, put camera on her. Give her a microphone. I want to ask you one question. You said that Jesus appeared to you.
Yes, sir.
Appeared.
To me.
Is there voice in it?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
And you were thinking of selling a land. You were thinking of selling
A house.
a house.
Yes, sir.
And then Jesus appeared to you and told you that
I should declare it sold.
that you should
Declare it sold.
declare it sold.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Give him back. Go to your seat. He said she was praying that house that should be sold. He said Jesus came to her and said, no, you should not pray. That you should declare it sold. Now there's a difference between saying, oh God, I want my house to be sold. Get me customers. Get me customers. Get me customers for the house. No. Jesus said, no. No. Don't pray that way. Just say that the house is sold. That is having our ability to use word and tongue. What you should declare, you should not ask it. That is on your paper. There's a difference between declaring it and asking God for it. Declaration is using power. Declaration is saying it on behalf of God. He said, declare the house sold. And then she later told him that Jesus